Hello, everyone. My name is Ian Griffin, and it is an honor to be here today. Thank you, John Brent, for inviting me down. I'm going to take these off because they glare a little bit. So, I told you my name is Ian Griffin. I'm a retired Command Sergeant Major in the United States Army. So, 31 years in the United States Army. Out of that 31 years, 28 of them I was in leadership. So, I've done quite a bit of time on the topic of leadership. I would be pretty versed on that. So, I was asked to talk about what it takes to become a leader or what is leadership. So, well, in the Army, we define leadership as simply the ability to influence others to accomplish a mission, providing purpose, direction, and motivation. Oftentimes, when I see leadership failures, is I see the motivation's there, but the purposes might not be there, or the direction might not be there. But I'm going to break this down into day-to-day leadership and being a leader. Um, so there's a lot of different leadership styles that are out there, and we used to call one direct leadership or authoritative. One is participative, where you kind of democratic, kind of get along, and the other one's laissez-faire, just let it happen. And when you ask young leaders, we used to ask this question: which type of leader are you? And they would go, I'm this type of leader, or I'm this type of leader. Well, to be honest, if you're a good leader, you'd be all three. At times, you're going to sit back and let everybody do their thing because they got it, they understand it. There's times that you're in the mix that you're going to be very directive. So I'm going to throw a couple of lessons learned in my life on leadership. And to be honest, I could talk to y'all all week on leadership and still not even scratch the surface. But first thing I want to talk about is being there as a leader is important. Your presence is important. And a lot of leaders miss that. They don't get that. They don't understand it. So I'm going to throw you a quick scenario. What happened in 2004? I'm a first sergeant, which is an E8 in the United States Army, in charge of 229 people. I'm taking 192 of them to Iraq. We're going to fly into Kuwait, and we're going to move on a 3-day mission convoy up north to our destination in Tikrit. Little background story is I'm the senior enlisted person at E8, first sergeant in the organization, is myself and the company commander. We have some lieutenants, about 5 of them. And I'm authorized 11 E7s, but I only have 4, which are sergeant first classes, normally in charge of anywhere from 45 to 60 troops. And they're important to an organization. And then I had a bunch of staff sergeants, which are considered junior non-commissioned officers, that we were going to have to put the weight of the organization on their shoulders. So as we move forward, we're on our mission. We're going up north, and as we get up north, we're running a convoy of about 40 vehicles, if I remember right. I could be wrong on that. We see some people up on a bridge in with AK-47s. The lead vehicle sees them from a distance. He stops safe distance away. Stops the whole convoy. We form what's called a box formation, where we secure both sides of the road. We're all out there laying down, and the commander's calling in and say, hey, do we move forward? Do we aggress the enemy? What do we do here? As we're laying down, all of a sudden all the lights in the village go out. Well, that's a bad sign, because that's them telling us there's danger, and it's either danger from us or the enemy. And so we don't know which one that is yet. So are we kind of walking into ambush? We really don't know. And as the commander called in, they told him to wait just a second. And all of a sudden, 2 Iowa scouts, or little bitty helicopters, come flying over, and they just go bzzz, and they just light them guys up on the bridge, take them out, no problem. So we get our convoy going, get back going on the road, and we're on the road for about another 4 hours, and we stop at a base that we're secure at, and we go in and we're going to bed down on the airfield for about 5 hours, which for leaders that means 4 hours, and then we'll be back on the road all day the next day. So as I'm there, I'm sitting on top of my Humvee, and I'm going through the paperwork, make sure I got all my people know where everybody's at. And I'm getting ready to bed down, and 3 staff sergeants come to me with the cigarettes in their hand, like this, and they're smoking and going, hey, first sergeant. That was kind of hairy back there, wasn't it? And I'm like, and I'm talking to them just like I'm talking to you, like, what do you mean? And they go, well, that was kind of dangerous. And I'm like, yeah, but nobody got hurt, and on our side at least, and we didn't really pull any triggers, so what are we worried about? And the guy goes, I guess you're right. And so he goes back and beds down, and that clicked with me. I got an experience problem in my organization, and I'm in war. So that resonated with me. So we drive the next couple of days. As we drive the next couple of days, we arrive in Tikrit. We get briefed that our organization will be in charge of we'll run convoys every single day we're there. Although we're a maintenance support unit, we'll put 30-something people on the road every day. And I took a step back and I looked at my company commander and I go, whoa, we got a problem. I said, because you and I, we've both been to Desert Storm. We've been deployed multiple times. We're good. But those young NCOs are not, and they're going to be leading the convoys. So we made a deal that day one, commander will be on the road. Day two, I'm on the road. Day three, we're both on the road. And we did that for 90 days. And when we did that, after 90 days, those staff sergeants would run convoys like it was nobody's business. Their confidence level was through the roof. But it was the fact of being there by them that built that. I didn't tell them everything. I led by example. And sometimes that's a hard thing for people who want to be leaders to understand, that their actions are more powerful than any words that come out of their mouth. And people will always watch them. So just one thing I'll say on that is, to me, one of the biggest drivers in leadership is your presence. Case in point, you can take this anywhere you want to. You have a kid, a teenage boy, drove your car, he has a flat tire, so Dad, I got a flat tire. As he has a flat tire, what do? You tell him to change it? Or do you go out there with him and take 2 lug nuts off and show him how to change it? And now he knows how to change it for the rest of his life. And then now you don't have to worry about him. To me, that is leadership in any facet you want to look at. And I just thought that, there's a lot of things that people misconstrue in leadership. People forget the purpose, they forget the direction, but they'll yell that motivation a lot of times. Sometimes that motivation is you being there. And I think that's far more important, you being there, than anything else. If you want to get to know people who you want to lead, one of the easiest ways is to simply break bread with them. I found out more about my soldiers in my organizations than I ever wanted to know by simply eating with them. So I didn't take a lot of your time, to be honest with you. I took only a few moments. I would love to get down there and see each and every one of you. But I thought I would throw one caveat out there that would kind of exemplify what leadership is. And every person has their own way of dealing with that and how they address it. But leadership starts from within. It really does. If you're not a good follower, you probably won't be a good leader, because you're going to expect something that you wouldn't have done. And as a leader, people see through that. So all my best to every one of you down there. I wish you the best. And I'd love to get down there and see you personally. So good luck in Minden University.